Hello, hello, hello. It's Kathy Bedell in my Stampin' Spot, coming to you with 10-Minute Tuesday. Oh my, okay. It is a rainy day here in New England, and I'm thinking Christmas. I know it's early. So very merry. This is part of our online exclusives. It's very stained glass looking. We're going to use this image today. I just think this angel's beautiful. And it's got some great sentiments, peace and joy. I love, where's all my bird fans? I know that could be turned into a lot of beautiful birds. I worked with this one last week, and we made this card kind of on the spot. So let's try this image today. I was thinking she needs something a little fancier. We're going to emboss her. That's what I was thinking. So if you saw my unboxing last week, you saw this is the Oh Holy Night DSP. It is gorgeous. Let me show it to you. It's really beautiful. Scrapbookers will love it. But, you know, it's got some neutrals on one side. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Very pretty. So there's, this is the pattern I was thinking I would use. I thought that angel among these heavenly skies would be gorgeous. But there's also kind of a more muted. I'm going to put one of those aside because I do think I'm going to work with that today. Again, just so versatile, so useful. Hey, Penny. Hey, Kay. How are you this morning? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Love it. They really outdid themselves, this mini catalog. And, oh, I don't know. Jeez, which one do we like better? I'm going to take one of both. We'll see what the card looks like in the end before I make a decision, because I actually like them both. And there's the other side. Again, very neutral. So let me stick these aside. I lost my train of thought. I was in the middle of saying something. I apologize. I got so excited. Now, that's the holiday catalog, but if you wanted to get started in advance, this is a piece of paper from Countryside in DSP. Good morning, Marcia. It's this pattern, the one with the doves. So I thought this could be a good substitute for star paper for the card we're making today. Although I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use the new paper. And let's go. We're going to do a little heat embossing. So I'm taking my image. Again, this is in the online store. Boy, it's been a while since I've heat embossed, so please excuse me if I'm a little out of practice. So I'm going to just rub this section of the paper with my embossing buddy. This is part of that kit that's in the new annual catalog. It's got these awesome tweezers and the little brush. So we're going to make use of those. But this just removes any of the static electricity. If you have never embossed, you should know that anywhere the little embossing powder goes, it will stick once you put the heat gun to it. So you definitely want to use the embossing buddy. So this is Versamark. I'm dipping it in. And I'm going to put it down here in this corner. Ooh, I just felt it slide. I'm not sure that's going to be a good image. Yep. Oh, actually, maybe it is. Let's cover it with, I have the gold embossing powder. Okay. I know you're going, wow, what's with all the embossing powder? Well, you can reuse it, first of all. So I like to put more rather than less on to make sure everything is fully covered. And then you can just pour it back in. Oh, we got, well, didn't get, you know, these lines seem pretty thick. I think it's shifted. I am going to re-stamp this image, just because I'm not crazy about, I will use that image. Once that's on there, it can sit as long as it wants. as long as you don't touch it. But I am going to restamp that image because I do kind of feel like I felt the stamp shift a little after I put it down. Think that's UPS delivered? Oh, I know what I was going to say. So catalogs are all packaged and they will be going out this afternoon. Yep, that's UPS. Ringing my bell. Just making sure we have good coverage here. Apologize for the dogs barking in the background there. If you have dogs, I'm sorry. We're getting them all worked up. Okay, and once you do that, my little trick is, I call it flicking it. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? Sheila, thanks for being here. Thanks for sharing, Sheila. I call it flicking it. I don't know what the actual term is. That's much better. I didn't feel the stamp move this time. Okay, let me just pick this up and push this aside, because once we get the heat tool going, we're gonna have powder flying everywhere. So I am putting the heat tool on, so I apologize. It's going to be noisy for just a minute. And if you, good morning, Kathy. If you've never heat embossed, hopefully you can see the change happening. Can you see it turning? It gets very glossy and bright as it moves around and heats the powder and the powder melts. Kind of cool to watch. I will caution you, if you have white embossing powder, you can actually burn it. You can turn it kind of a little brown color. So be careful when heat embossing white powder, because you can, like I said, turn it a little bit. All right. I actually want to color it on the bigger piece and then I'll punch it. So I'm just going to trim it out for a minute. Just because I don't want to ruin this. Even though that's not perfect, I'm going to do something with it. I don't know what exactly, but we'll make something out of it. So I'm going to set that aside. Okay. And you want to make sure this is good and cool before you touch it. Because, you know, it's melting powder. All right, I'm going to put a piece of white under it so that we can see the image as well. It is, hey Marsha, how are you? It is a beautiful image. I think, to be honest with you, that looking at this doesn't really do it justice. And I think we may be very surprised when all is said and done. So I am going to color what would be like, say, the sky, light balmy blue. And I'm on the back of the vellum because I want a more muted look. I don't want it to be super bright. You could color on the front and get a brighter image, but I'm going to do it on the back. I'm also going to use this tip. And I think I may come in with the darker balmy blue because I'm not sure. No, that is pretty nice actually. I still may bring in the darker balmy blue. I am using the paintbrush tip to get in close here. So if you're local and you have not picked up your catalog, they are here. And if you are on my mailing list, yours will be going out this afternoon. I'm not going to worry about a whole lot of shading here, quite honestly. I'm just kind of darkening it, to be perfectly honest. I thought it was just a little bit too light. Like this. Now I'm going to get a flesh tone for her hand and face. Let me grab a flesh tone. I didn't bring one over. My go-to flesh tone is actually on this desk, I think. It's petal pink. So I'm just gonna do her little face. There's no detail to her face. And I'm just gonna do her little hand like that. And I'm actually gonna bring in this so I can press a little harder. Gosh, again, I may need to bring in the darker color. That's crumb cake. I never cleaned my desk after my lives last week. Here it is. There we go. Okay, and we need to make her hair. I think I'm going to do her hair a pecan color. Ooh, maybe copper. Let's do her hair a light copper color. Let me see here. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Like that. And I'm just going to put in a couple of streaks just to add texture of the dark copper. So I use the light copper and the dark copper. And now, let's see, I need to come in here where there should be some blue in here. Obviously, I'm going to leave her dress white. I am going to add just a speck of color. Let's see, I thought I grabbed, this is Highland Heather. What I really wanted was fresh freesia, and I think they were in the wrong spot. They are. I'm going to add just a little bit of light fresh freesia to her wings. Just a little bit. Just because, and I'm not even going to color them solid. I'm kind of just streaking them. So that there's a little white coming through them. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, just to give them a little bit of color. What do you think? That's pretty good, huh? I think I need to, I'm going to color this in blue here. I think this could be her dress, this piece, or it could be the sky behind her. I'm going to make it the sky. I think it really could go either way, but I think I like it better like that, just to make her stand out a little more. Add a little bit of dark here. Okay. What do we think? Is she good? Is she done? Maybe we should add the dark fresh freesia. Well, actually, I don't know what color I'm doing the car. Well, I think I'm going to leave the outside. I was trying to decide this outside rim here, if I should put a color on it or leave it. I think I'm going to leave it. Sometimes you can overdo. And I'm going to try to keep her a little more simple. I'm sorry, I have to pull this out of the camera so I can get a good look and make sure I get this even when I punch it. Okay, and I'm actually going to punch a piece of white. I'm going to punch this one that I marked because I can flip it over. And I dropped it on the ground. And let's see. Can adhere that on there. Now, when we have vellum, where is my glue brush? I have one brush. I denote to glue because it has a ribbon tied around it. Here it is. And I need my liquid glue. And I'm just going to take a piece of scrap that's in my bin here. Just put a little glue on this. If you've never seen this, this is how I add. This is the 2 3/8 inch circle punch, if you were wondering. And I'm just going to pick up a little glue and just carefully dab it. This will prevent it from showing through when it's adhered. If you took the glue and put it on full strength, it would show through the vellum. So this will keep the vellum from having streaky lumps in the back. Just put that on there. I'm going to put that punch on top of it just to hold it down. These, you never want to use them in an ink after you've used them with glue. Hey Karen, how are you? Never use them in ink after you've used them in a glue. And they can be washed. They will not come back 100%, but they do come back pretty nice. But again, don't even consider using it with a ink pad. All right, now I'm looking for my cutter. I brought stuff over, but truly I'm really not very prepared this morning. I apologize. All right. I am going to cut a thick white base. So I'm going to cut it at, I'm going to score it at 5.5. Am I going to do that? Yes, I'm going to score it at 5.5, and I'm going to cut it at 4.25. We're going to make a little fun fold here. Nothing crazy, pretty simple. Okay, so that's my card base. I'm going to cut two and this is 5.5. I'm going to cut 2.5 inches off on one side, like this. This will then become, oh, I should have cut it a little more. How big is she? Where is she? Where did she go? Okay. Look, she's stuck to my punch. She's not going to really fit on there. So we need to take this other one. We need to cut wider. So that's 2.5. You know, all of a sudden I'm wondering if with this beautiful paper, if I shouldn't make it a fun fold. You know what? Maybe I won't make it a fun fold. Maybe I'll just have her be the highlight. Which paper do we like better? Do we like her on that, or do we like her on this? 1 or 2? You guys answer that while I grab some white ribbon. 1 or 2? Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. And I'm grabbing some ribbon, trying to decide whether to go with sparkle or the variegated ribbon. Well, I don't have any of the I'm going to choose a new ribbon, I think, because I don't have any of the glittered organdy ribbon. I think I gave it all to Joelle to cut for a club card. But I will ask what you think. One is too busy. Some people are saying 1, some people are saying 2. 2, 2, 2, 1. All right, I think 2 is the answer. So I'm going to go with 2. For all you ones, I apologize. Had I made 2 of her, I would do 2, 1 of each. Okay, so this is the variegated ribbon, but honestly, I don't love it because this paper is more busy. I think I would like it better with the 1. So I'm going to put that aside, and we're going to open up. I was thinking the glittered organdy ribbon, but I don't have it. So this is coming. It's white, iridescent ribbon. It's very pretty. It has no metallic in it, but it is iridescent. It doesn't have silver or gold, but it picks up the colors around it because it's so iridescent. So I think we'll use this. And again, I think I was going to make a fun fold, but after seeing her, she's too pretty. So I'm going to go 5 3/8. By 4 1/8. We could do layers with like a night of navy. That would really be pretty too. Under this. Gosh, maybe I need to do that. I think I'll leave it as is. Maybe I should have done her this way. I need to see her. You know what? I'm going to recut this paper and do it tall. So, because my stars are going sideways, so I can't just turn it. So we are going to need 4 1/8. Actually, I am going to bring in the night of navy. So I'm going to do 4 by 5 1/4. That's a beautiful piece, isn't it? 4 by 5 1/4. Let me grab a piece of navy. Night of navy. Night of navy. Okay, this card is totally different than I had in my head when I started this morning. Okay. Completely different than I planned in my head. But I do think I'll like the border. Okay, so this is going to be 4 1/8. This piece is big enough. 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look. Perfect, almost. Always looking ahead. All right. Let's adhere this. So, gosh, I want her to be looking towards a star. As silly as that is. I'm cutting this piece. Mostly because I want her to be looking towards a star. I know you probably think I'm crazy, but, you know, sometimes you just design a card and you just want it to look a certain way. Don't worry, I'll find a use for all those other pieces. Okay. Just the way her hand is. I feel like her hand is like looking towards the star, like that. Or like that. I like this one better, I think. So that's the one I'm going with. I know there's several of you out there croaking, oh my gosh, she just cut all that paper apart. She has no plan for it. Don't worry, I'll find a plan for it. Okay, so 4 by 5 1/4 with a star appropriately placed. I need to put this behind white so I can see it well. Those darn cataracts. Coming out though. Okay. Now before I put this on, I think I'm going to tie a ribbon. This is a very angelic looking ribbon. Again, this is not available until September 6th. I apologize to tease you with the DSP and the ribbon. That was not my intention. I was going to use in-stock items. But sometimes you just got to go with it. Sometimes life just takes a different turn. Boy, this is nice to tie a bow with. Very nice to tie a bow with. I need to do a scrap ribbon video soon. I have a whole bunch of scrap cuts like this. Too big to throw away. Too small to really work with. Cut this just a little bit shorter. Okay, so now this is going to go on my card base. Move that up just a little bit. Like that. Boy, is that pretty, huh? I'm going to put her in some dimensionals, and then we're going to figure a greeting. Let's see. Embossing this, I think, makes all the difference. Not that the Santa is not totally cute and black, but I just thought she just needed a little something. So now the question is, now that I put that on there, I think I'm going to move this ribbon. I'm going to rotate the ribbon like this and put her on this side. Maybe turn it this way. Might need to glue dot that ribbon. I'm going to put her here, and then we'll look to a little sentiment down the bottom. Down here. Or peace and joy up the top. I don't want to take away from this, though. Let's try something funky. Let's see how I do here. Where's my peace and joy? Peace and joy. Where's my block? So I'm going to try the word peace. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll do all the words and cut them. What about that? I am going to also emboss the words in gold. I just think it might be prettier. Now, what's interesting here is I typically like gold with vanilla as opposed to gold with white, but the ribbon's white. I don't know how this is going to go. So, bear with me if it doesn't go well. We're going to find out. I didn't use the embossing buddy, and as you can see, I'm actually going to do it a couple times because I'm thinking I may need to, the way I need to cut it, I may not get straight lines. Should have used that embossing buddy, but I've always been a rule breaker. Okay. All right. Cover this up. Put the cover on my Versamark. Set that to the side. Let me get my heat tool out. I'm sorry, it's going to be noisy. Again, watch for the gold. Watch for it to change color. She's taking her sweet time today. Hey, Roberta, how you doing? Oh, there she goes. See her changing? There we go. Okay. So now we're going to let this dry just a minute. And I'm just going to use paper snips. So first I'm going to cut this apart like this while it's cooling. Just a little bit. So the reason why I did it twice is because of the curvature on these. I'm not sure I could get the words to come out the way I wanted. So we're going to try here. So I'm going to try to cut a straight line along piece. And cut that out. I think it's easier just to go from the bottom. I don't typically do this kind of piecing words together. I know it's popular with some demonstrators. It's not usually my thing. But the reason why I'm doing it today is because I don't want the curve down here, and I didn't want to spoil this star up here by having it up here. So I'm thinking we will kind of do the piece. Oh, maybe I could have done it once. Well, there's the answer to the question. I think I could have done it just once. And just try to get this straight. Piece. And now, if you are not a lover of this paper piercing, you certainly could pick another stamp set with a different grading and just do a straight banner across the bottom, which is probably the way I would go if I weren't using this stamp set. Just trim this down just a little bit. There we go. Peace and Joy. I'm going to save that one for something else. Stay tuned on that one. Okay. Now we just need some little dimensionals. Whoop. I'm going to use the... Are you guys a fan of the piecing the... Piece? Are you a fan of piecing the words together? It's not my go-to. Let's see. Nothing more satisfying than watching gold powder. Oh, isn't that true, Penny? That is so true. Peace. And joy. La 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 la. Peace and joy. There we go. I'm not going to lie. This kind of ruins it for me. That's the honest to God truth. I'm sorry to say. Sorry to say. In my world, I would put a different phrase and put a little half-inch banner across the bottom. Ooh, can we add those to this? It'll be fun to find out. Yeah, it kind of looks terrible too. I'm reaching, girls. I'm reaching. But that's, yeah, I don't like that either. I'm going back the original way. But in a perfect world, I would just have the banner going across like this with a couple gems perhaps. But I'm going to put these back. Maybe I just need to space them more. Maybe then I'll like it. Oh, maybe on a navy banner. Well, now that I just stuck them back down, let me try that. Although I have to admit, I think it's the cutting of the pieces that I don't love, to be honest with you. We have a curved punch coming. I actually have it. I wonder if I could access it here quickly, but nope, don't love that either. I'm leaving it. It's not my taste, but that's okay. That's okay. Not everybody's my taste. I'm looking for bling. You know what I'm looking for? Well, I have regular rhinestones, but I was looking for the, I don't think I have them sitting here. Those beautiful iridescent rhinestones. I thought those would be really pretty, but I don't have them sitting here. So we're going to use regular rhinestones, I guess, which will be just as pretty. It will take so much time to put them back in the plastic packaging, and then I go and tear them off. Shh, don't tell her. Hopefully she's not watching. Putting one right in the center of that star. We need lots of glitz, right? This one's calling for lots. There we go. I think I like it better. I think all the bling makes me like it better. Lots and lots of bling. Which leads to the question, can you over bling? Can you over bling? Sometimes you can. But that one just doesn't want to go on there, does he? There we go. Hey, Maria, how are you this morning? So Penny mentioned maybe taking those words and putting them on a navy banner. And I didn't do it only because I wasn't certain that I would like the white cut up pieces on the navy, just like I didn't like it on the white. And I suspect had I done this differently, I would have just gone for a different greeting on just a plain banner. But there you go. This is on the online store, So Very Merry. It was so popular it sold out, and Stampin' Up! Brought it back because they love us. So it's the So Very Merry with the 2 3/8 inch circle punch, gold embossing powder, and I used Balmy Blue, I used Petal Pink, and I used light Fresh Freesia on her wings just to give her a little bit of a highlighted wing. I didn't color it completely. So there we go. And this ribbon and this DSP is coming September 6th. So thanks for joining me today. I will see you all Thursday for Thankful Thursday. All right. Have a great day. See you later. Bye. Oh, wait. Before you go. Time's running out. If you still want this class, the Trucking Along class, I opened it for a second time because it was so popular, and we are down to the end. You get all the pieces. You do need the stamp set. If you don't have the punch, you could hand trim, but you definitely need the stamp set. This guy's missing his truck. There's a truck here. It's not my envelope. I don't know what happened to the truck, but there's another one. And then there is the Stamp Club by Mail, which you get 2 of each of these. This is like a fun book fold that Patty Bennett made very popular. And this is a fun fold. This is actually a gift card holder. Little ice cream birthday. And then this one took me 5 hours on a Sunday afternoon to come up with this mechanism. So, are the same cards as the first one. It is the same cards as the first one, Amy. There were a lot of people that missed out on it. They didn't realize the registration was closing. So I reopened the registration. So yes, it is the same one. Oh, here's my other set of truck bundle. There's the last card. So you get those 4 cards. And you get product. You get, looking for what product comes with this, pack of dimensionals, package of mini glue dots, and the small blending brushes you get with the Trucking Along class. The link's up above. Stamp Club by Mail, this one. You get a half pack of the Earth and Elegance DSP. That's this one. The Natural Wavy Trim, which is in here. This has been sold out forever. And the brushed metallic dots that happen to be on this card too. They are in the annual catalog. So this is $28. And last but not least, oh no, that's my in-house stamp club. Do I have my Christmas Club cards here? I don't have my Christmas Club cards here. Well, there's a Christmas card link up above. That has a couple fancy folds in the Christmas card link. So if you're interested, click the links above. I can't believe I don't have the Christmas card cards right here. I apologize. Click the links above, and I will see you Thursday. All right? Thanks for being here, you guys. Bye.